is about 1:30. I forgot to vlog and check in with y'all this morning. Daniel is home and back from his trip, so that's great. We went berry picking this morning. We got like 3 pounds of blackberries, 2 pounds of strawberries. We're gonna give 1 carton to my dad, and then we got some tomatoes. Then we did a couple errands while Lottie was napping. I went to Target and bought a bunch of stuff for her Halloween carnival, and we grabbed lunch, and then we're gonna go grab some stuff from Safeway. So just a lot of errands, lots of catching up. I am planning to sort through my whips today and decide what I want to do. I woke up this morning at like 6:40 filled with ideas for the sweaters that I want to knit and make myself. I did a cursory search of more like raglan type sweaters, and I don't know, none of them were just like speaking to my soul. I really do like the Gina sweater, so I think I'm going to try and cast that on. But I've got a couple ideas for sweaters that I'm just going to put together myself. I'll write up the pattern for myself, but I don't think I have any plans to like grade it for multiple sizes, and I'll probably just write it up and write a page on Ravelry that if someone wants to kind of follow along with what I did and adjust it for their size, they can, and just add it to like a Ravelry project page or something like that. I realized grading patterns is a bigger task that I'm interested in doing right now. It's tricky. It's no joke. It's definitely a hard process. I enjoy it when I do it. I do it a lot when I'm sewing, but I found when I was working on it for Steekling that it was feeling a lot more like work, because I do it at school when I'm adjusting patterns for kids, that it was feeling like my job instead of my hobby. So I'm like, well, this is definitely my hobby. So I'm just going to knit the things that I want to knit. So I've got 2 kind of like raglan style sweater ideas percolating in my head. I'm going to post on our Instagram stories later which one I should cast on. I forgot to grab the yarn, so I'll show you when I've got it. Both of them are just classic raglan. One is like a spin on Salem or Spellman, either one, but with the sleeve detail that Tristan's done. I think I like the fit of Spellman better than the fit of Salem for me. I think what's great about Tristan's patterns is they're really adaptable. They look great on lots of different bodies. I think I just prefer a more fitted sweater. My sister prefers a looser sweater, so it's always interesting to see how things look different on each of us. So I've got kind of an idea for a Christmas sweater that I want to do with just a different kind of cable on the shoulder and on the sleeve. And then I've got this like honeycombed idea sweater going on as well. It's similar to a pip and pin pattern, but theirs is a cardigan, and I absolutely loathe purling, so I really don't want to purl. So I'm going to do just a pullover instead. I'm working on the button band for my Steekling. I'm working on the button band for my Witchling. But I did a crocheted reinforcement method and it totally fell apart. I think I didn't do it right. I like the sewing machine method of steeking better. It feels more secure, but I did this one crochet. So I ended up just like stitching it down a lot, and it'll be fine and it's holding in place, but definitely was like, ooh, this is coming loose in the color work section. So I don't know. I don't know what I've done. But I stitched it down with like haphazard stitches every place. I forgot how long button bands take. It turns out it takes longer than I remembered. So I did 1 button band, and I've got 1 more to do. And then I initially said I wasn't going to do any buttons, but I showed it to my mom. She's like, so you're going to put buttons on it? I'm like, yeah, you're right. I need buttons. So I've got buttons, but I hate sewing them in because you got to weave in the ends for every single little button. So I'm doing the buttons and working on that. So hopefully I'll get that done. And then just tidying up, getting things ready. Daniel said, I have a 20% off your total purchase for Joann's. Do we need anything for Joann's? And I'm like, always, but not really. So maybe we'll go to Joann's today. Lottie really likes the snack bag I made her, which is basically just a project bag, but small sized, that she puts her little puffs and all that stuff in for snacks when she goes on outings with my parents. So I might make her another one. We'll see how that goes, but hopefully today is kind of a low-key day after a super busy week. I will catch y'all later. Okay, so I am going through my whips, which are in this bottom drawer, and deciding what to do. This whip is my Coast Range socks by Lindsay of Larkspur Knits, and they're in my Vampire Queen colorway from Forbidden Fiber, which you can see I already have one whole sock done. So I'm going to keep this and I'm going to cast it on to finish it. So this is going to go in the keep pile. This is, I'm pretty sure this is my advent calendar from Dragon Horde Yarn. It is. This is the Dust of Snow sweater or shawl from Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade, but I don't think I'm going to keep knitting it. I think I'm confused in the pattern, and I'm not sure if I love how the colors are playing together. So I think I'm going to frog it and use the minis for something else. So this is going to go in my frog pile. Oh. This is... this is socks that I have planned for the second time I'm knitting Twist and Sprout. So I split it into two. I just did that yesterday, actually. And this is yarn from Onyx Fiber Arts that Chaley and I won in a giveaway last year. Chaley already knit the socks, so I'm going to keep these because I love socks. Let's see. This is a really big bundle. I bet it's just yarn. Oh no, it's all tangled in here. This is not great. Okay, well this is tangled, so I'm going to wait till the end on this one. So that's going to go back in there. This is my... Oh, this is a sweater that I've been working on. It is a modified Spellman sweater that I'm basing off of Catherine of Aragon from the Tudor Roses book. So I'm still in the sleeve raglan, so I'm going to keep this one. This is in my By the Bay, I believe. By the Bay Yarn Co. Here it is. By the Bay Yarn Co. bag I got a few years ago. This is the difficult one. What is this? This is also, I think it's just yarn. Yes. Okay, so this was yarn that Chaley helped me pair. It's really beautiful yarn. This is Barnyard Knits. That was intended for a spring court sweater, which I really like the colors, but as I discovered, it's got this little lavender mini, so it's very beautiful. I discovered that yoked sweaters don't work for me while I'm teaching, so I'm going to put all of this yarn back into stash for another project. And I'm going to put this project bag back over here. And then this is, I believe it's yes. So it's a secret test. That's why I can't pull it all the way out. It is mitts, fingerless mitts that my sister and I designed so it's a collaboration. So we can't show it yet. I've knit one whole mitt and I need to do the other one. They're color work, so I will do those on my 9-inch circs, I believe. So I'm going to keep this. So this is my keep pile. This is my tangled pile. Let me see if I can untangle this right quick. Nope, I think I've tangled it even more. This is why I'm not a fan of zipper bags, because I always get my yarn zipped. See, it's definitely stuck, zipped in the zipper. So I am going to perform. Oh, got it loose. It's not great, but I got it loose. This was for my Autumn Court sweater by Tristan Molina, which I was Also super stoked with. It's got this pretty gold, this really pretty kind of green color from Destination, and some brown that Shaylee helped me put together. But like I said, color work just not working for me anymore. In sweaters, the yokes make it too hard to teach. So I'm going to put all of this back in my stash for a different project. So I just gained a couple sweaters quantities of yarn that I didn't have before. So this is going back in my stash. And this is a mini, so we'll go in the minis, and this is going to go back over there. So I will put my actual whips back in the bag or back in my bin, which actually makes it truly a lot more manageable, because now I have 7 whips, and you're like, Gabby, can't you count? That's only 4. Yeah, that's true. But I also have 3 that you can't see. One of them is my witchling that I'm working on, and then 2 sock whips, which is my sister's secret test knit and flannel by Alex Upchurch. But 7 whips are a lot more manageable for me. So I'm going to put these 2 back in my mini containers, and then I am going to frog this buddy. So I feel much better about my whips now. I'll catch you in a little bit. Is about 7:30. Lottie just went to bed, and I am working on my witchling cardigan. I forgot how long it takes to do like the finishing touches on the cardigan, and I'm the worst about doing that. So I finished the button bands like this, but it's got this like lumpy bit, which I'm okay with because it kind of looks like an I-cord, so it's okay. But what happened is I didn't steek it properly, so I had to tuck in all of the steeking band to cover the purple crochet. So it's not great, it's not perfect, but I think it's okay because it's a cardigan, so when it's open no one will notice, and I just have to be super gentle when I wash it. But it's done. I totally just knocked the entire tripod over. My husband is sitting right next to me, and he just laughed. He's trying to be quiet, so he's not in the vlog. I'm crooked too. So you can see how well it's going in our house. Our cabinet is open because we were trying to get dinner ready and it was a mess. We were late getting dinner started. I tried to make risotto and it took way longer than I thought it would. And Lottie only wanted to eat bread and butter for dinner, so it's just a real thing. So that's what I'm working on. I've put my 2 of the buttons on steekling. I haven't woven in the end, so I'm witchling. So I'm really hoping to finish that tonight and get that off of my list of to-dos. It's been sitting for a while because I don't know what it is, but button bands seem to take me an eternity. It's taking me like 3.5 hours to do the button band, which is like half the time it takes me to knit a whole sock. So I don't know why I'm just slow at button bands. I don't know what my deal is. So I will try and take a picture of witchling. It'll probably post it on Instagram tomorrow when I've got it all finished. I'm probably gonna try and block it again and see how it goes. But like I said, it's a cardigan, so it's got a lot more movement to it when I'm walking around. So I'm not super worried about how it hangs or that kind of thing. But at least it's done. I can wear it. It's part of my sweater repertoire and be good. I will see you all tomorrow. Happy knitting.